Step back over 2 millennia, to a time when the Roman Empire ruled the world, and Judaism was a prominent religion in the region known today as the Middle East. In the 1st century, the world was a vastly different place. The Roman Empire, a colossal entity of power and reach, held sway over a significant portion of the globe. From the British Isles to the sands of North Africa, the Romans imposed their rule and culture, often with an iron fist. In the heart of this vast empire, in the region we now refer to as the Middle East, lay the province of Judea. Here the Jewish people lived under Roman rule, practicing their faith amidst a sea of diverse cultures and religions. Judaism, with its monotheistic beliefs and adherence to the Mosaic law, stood in stark contrast to the polytheistic practices of the Romans. Yet it was not just Romans and Jews in this vibrant melting pot. Greek philosophy, Zoroastrian principles, and Egyptian mysticism also found their place in the cultural tapestry of the time. Despite the religious diversity, there was a common thread among the Jewish people, an intense anticipation for a Messiah. Prophecies from their sacred texts foretold of a leader who would rise, liberating them from their oppressors and establishing a kingdom of justice and peace. This expectation was not just spiritual, it was political. The Jewish people yearned for liberation from Roman rule and hoped that this promised Messiah would be their deliverer. This was a time of political tension, religious fervor, and social unrest. It was a time when the powerful ruled over the weak and the many were at the mercy of the few. It was a time ripe for change, a time ready for a revolution. In this turbulent time, a figure emerged who would forever change the course of history: Jesus of Nazareth. In the small town of Bethlehem, a child was born under humble circumstances. Amid the quiet stirrings of livestock and beneath a starlit sky, the world welcomed a baby destined to alter its course. His name, Jesus, was whispered in hushed reverence, echoing the prophecies of old. Born to Mary and Joseph, this child arrived not in the grandeur of a palace, but in a stable, surrounded by the lowing of animals, swaddled in simple cloth. His birth was a fulfillment of prophetic anticipations, a beacon of divine intervention in a world yearning for spiritual guidance. Shepherds, guided by a heavenly star, were the first to honor this newborn king, a testament to his humble beginnings. Wise men from the east, drawn by the same celestial guide, brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, acknowledging the extraordinary destiny of this seemingly ordinary child. Thus began the extraordinary journey of a man who was to become a beacon of hope for many. Jesus grew to become a charismatic teacher, healer, and miracle worker. As Jesus matured, he embarked on a journey of spiritual enlightenment, setting forth on a mission to share his divine wisdom. His teachings, often conveyed through parables, were profound and thought-provoking. The Sermon on the Mount, for instance, is one of his most influential teachings. In this sermon, Jesus shared the Beatitudes, powerful statements that challenged conventional wisdom and offered a new perspective on blessedness and righteousness. His parables, like the one about the prodigal son or the Good Samaritan, spoke volumes about compassion, forgiveness, and love, leaving an indelible impact on those who heard them. These stories weren't just simple tales. They were transformative lessons that shaped the moral compass of generations to come. But Jesus wasn't just a teacher. He was also known for performing miracles, acts of divine intervention that challenged the laws of nature. His ability to heal the sick, for example, was a testament to his divine authority. The blind received sight, the lame walked, and the lepers were cleansed, all by his touch or command. One of his most astonishing miracles was the feeding of the 5,000. With just 5 loaves and 2 fish, Jesus managed to feed a multitude, an act that symbolized his power to nourish both body and soul. And let's not forget his walking on water, a miracle that defied the physical laws of the world as we know it. This act was not merely a display of power, but a demonstration of faith's ability to overcome the seemingly impossible. Through these teachings and miracles, Jesus didn't just gain followers, he ignited a spiritual revolution. His words and deeds resonated with many, inspiring them to follow his path of love, compassion, and righteousness. However, his unconventional approach and the power he wielded also raised eyebrows, triggering disputes and controversy among the religious elite. Through such deeds and teachings, Jesus garnered a following, but also sparked controversy. Jesus' influence was perceived as a threat by some, leading to his crucifixion. The crucifixion of Jesus is a pivotal event, a moment that forever changed the course of human history. But what led to this act of sacrifice? It all began with a betrayal. One of Jesus' own disciples, Judas Iscariot, led the authorities to him for 30 pieces of silver. The Last Supper, an event etched into the annals of history, was the final meal Jesus shared with his disciples before this betrayal unfurled. The Roman governor Pontius Pilate found himself in the center of this evolving drama. Despite finding no fault in Jesus, he was swayed by the crowd's demand for crucifixion. The sentence was death by crucifixion, a punishment considered the most brutal and humiliating in Roman times. Imagine, if you will, the Son of God carrying his own cross to the place of his execution, Golgotha, the place of the skull. Nailed to the cross, he suffered for hours under the Middle Eastern sun until finally he uttered, "It is finished," and gave up his spirit. But the story doesn't end at the cross. On the third day after his death, something extraordinary happened. Jesus rose again, defeating death and offering hope of eternal life to all who believe. This event, known as the resurrection, is the cornerstone of Christian faith. It's a testament to the power of divine love and sacrifice, a beacon of hope that lights the path for millions around the world. The crucifixion was not just an act of brutal execution, it was a display of divine love, the ultimate sacrifice. And the resurrection? It wasn't merely an event, but a promise fulfilled, a declaration of victory over death and an invitation to eternal life. The crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus marked the climax of his earthly life, but his impact did not end there. The ripples of these events continue to shape the world, reminding us that death is not the end but a doorway to a new beginning. The teachings and life of Jesus Christ have left an indelible mark on human history. After his crucifixion and resurrection, the disciples of Jesus spread his teachings far and wide, leading to the formation of Christianity. It didn't take long for this new faith to permeate the corners of the Roman Empire and beyond, ultimately shaping the course of human history. The impact of Jesus and his teachings is far-reaching, influencing not just spiritual beliefs but also art, culture, philosophy, and law. The Renaissance, a period of great cultural and intellectual expansion in Europe, saw an explosion of Christian art. Masterpieces like Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper and Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam owe their existence to the stories and teachings of Jesus Christ. Christianity's influence extends to philosophy too. St. Augustine's writings, for instance, are deeply rooted in Christian thought, and they continue to influence philosophical debates on morality, ethics, and the nature of God. Even our legal systems have not been immune. The principles of justice, mercy, and love for one's neighbor, central to Jesus' teachings, have fundamentally shaped our understanding of law and justice. But the legacy of Jesus Christ is not confined to Christianity. His teachings have been interpreted and reinterpreted across a myriad of cultures and faiths. In Islam, Jesus, or Isa, is revered as a prophet. Buddhists may see parallels between Jesus' teachings and those of the Buddha. Even secular philosophers and scholars find value in his teachings on love, forgiveness, and humility. Yet, this diversity of views also means that Jesus is a figure of controversy and debate. The nature of his divinity, his teachings, even the historical accuracy of his life. These are topics of unending discussion within and outside Christianity. But that's perhaps a testament to the enduring impact of Jesus Christ. His life and teachings continue to inspire, challenge, and provoke thought over 2,000 years after his death. From a humble birth to a legacy that spans millennia, the life of Jesus Christ remains a captivating chapter in the annals of human history. In a span of just over 30 years, Jesus of Nazareth left a mark on the world that has endured for over 2 millennia. Born in a humble setting during a time of great political and social unrest, Jesus emerged as a beacon of hope and love. His teachings, filled with wisdom and compassion, along with the miracles attributed to him, transformed countless lives and continue to do so today. The crucifixion, a testament to the depths of human cruelty, was followed by the resurrection, a symbol of divine love and forgiveness. These events forever mark the course of human history. The legacy of Jesus is profound and enduring. His teachings have shaped societies, influenced laws, and inspired countless works of art, music, and literature. His life has been a source of hope, guidance, and consolation for billions over the centuries. Whether viewed as a religious figure, a historical personage, or a symbol of hope and love, the story of Jesus Christ continues to inspire, challenge, and fascinate us.